What's up guys, and welcome to the video. We're going to be discussing who I believe is the best 50-50 character in the game when there is a background bounce. And basically what a background bounce is it's utilizing the background in the form of an interactable to launch your opponent, which is why it's called a background bounce. Now, many of us know Brainiac is one of the hardest characters in the game to block when he's up close. And if you don't know that, it's because he has a dive kick, which is a very fast overhead, the fastest overhead launcher in the game. If you instant air it properly, it comes out at 9 frames because it takes 3 frames for you to jump in the air and do a special move. And the move comes out in 5 frames. So looking at the frame data, you're technically going to get a dive kick out at around 9 frames or so, which makes it literally impossible to react to. Now when you combine that with his down one poke, which is a 7 frame low, you pretty much have an unreactable 50-50 up close. The only problem is Brainiac doesn't really get much damage off his down one poke mid-screen. You're usually going to get hit by a down one shoulder, a down one into tendril smash, or if he has super, he can go for a down one X-ray and then get a good chunk of your life. So if he's not in the corner and if he doesn't have super, you're not really going to be taking much damage from Brainiac's down one, which is why you generally want to block high against him. Now when you factor in a background bounce, this completely changes. Brainiac now becomes an immediate threat off both overhead and low options, meaning anytime you're next to him, if you get tagged by a 7 frame low, you're eating a full combo. If you get tagged by his 9 frame overhead launcher, you're eating a full combo, which makes him very deadly and scary up close if there's a background bounce available, because you're going to be taking full combo damage off any of these unreactable 50-50s. So for example, let's say you're blocking low against Brainiac. He ends up doing an instant air dive kick. You get hit because you were blocking low. There's a background bounce. You can get a combo like this. You can do 3 into background bounce, and then get a simple combo like that into a setup. Now if you don't want to get hit by the overhead and you decide to block standing, he can end up tagging you with a down one, which will be a 7 frame low launcher, and he'll get a combo like this. And for a bar, he can choose to do around 40%, and without the bar it'll do around 30. So either way, you're looking at losing a good chunk of life. Brainiac can also apply this to his down plus forward low in case you think you're out of his down one range and you don't have to worry about a low. He does have that to also catch you walking back. And while the low options are meterless to get combos off, he doesn't necessarily need a bar to launch off his overhead starter, because if you space his dive kick, like you guys have seen his frame data earlier before, it has a lot of active frames, which not only make it very hard to punish or completely safe if he spaces it right, he can also utilize the spacing to get a down one into a full combo launch off the overhead meterless. Now you're probably thinking, okay, well, Brainiac's going to be really insane to block when there's a background bounce, and I'm most likely going to get opened up and eat some damage, but at least when he hits me, you know, I'll be out and away from the background bounce and have some room. Well, one of the things Brainiac could do is he can end combos by going into 1-1-3, and his 1-1-3 string is a hard knockdown if you're hit airborne, where it's normally not. See, if I hit Poison Ivy on the ground, you can see that she can roll, but if I hit her while she's airborne, it becomes a hard knockdown where she cannot roll, and then you're plus 35 off that hard knockdown, which allows Brainiac to either dash up or jump in or try to go for more offense. So when you use Brainiac's 1-1-3 hard knockdown, you can apply it to the background bounce strategy and do combos like this. For example, if you hit them with overhead, you can go behind them, 1-1-3, send them back to the background bounce. You'll be plus off it, hard knockdown, and then you can go into more offense opportunities and bank off the background bounce to get even more combo damage 50-50s. The same thing applies to his low also. You can do it off any of his lows to also put them back in the background bounce and then come in and try to do another mix-up. And pretty much rinse repeat. This will be really good against characters that have bad, you know, wake-ups or don't have the best ways to stop Brainiac from going in the air. There's about 20 stages in the game, and about 9 or 10 of them have background bounces. And if you're ever up against a Brainiac player and you end up losing the match to him, you realize that, you know, he's been getting a lot off the background bounce stage. Hopefully this makes you consider either switching the stage and getting a reroll to not be on one of them.